Hello there everybody, this is Kristen. Welcome back to the Krista Chronicles. Today we are doing June's, what do we call this? New Deck Digest. So this is every deck that came into my collection some way, somehow in the month of June. So let's get started. I've got this broken up into 3 different categories. Something about my camera is driving me crazy. I feel like no matter what I do, I cannot get it to be straight, but now I'm like, is it actually my camera or is it the background? I think it's the background. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, so we're gonna start with decks I was sent for review, then we've got some Kickstarter, and then just decks I plain old purchased. So, starting with decks sent for review, these are the new editions, the full copies now, of the 3 Tree Tarot decks. So we've got Smoke, Ash, and Embers, Oak, Ash, and Thorn, and then they also redid the Thistledown Oracle, and I love these new editions. If you want to see more extensive details about what's different, I do have a video up. Also, I was talking so much in my unboxing video about how I was like, oh, why is this like not glued in? I'm gonna glue it in. Discovered, meaning I was told. It's so instead of a ribbon, because if you're not someone who just like tips it out like me, you can push through the hole in the back and get your cards out. So cool. So that's the purpose. Anyway, so Smoke, Ash, and Ember, or each of them have new backs to be more cohesive, which is super cool. Look at that. Probably the one that looks the most different is Thistledown has a border now, which I really enjoy. But I think the thing I'm probably the most excited about is that Smoke, Ash, and Ember and Oak, Ash, and Thorn were done in the same cardstock as, well, they were all always the same cardstock, the same thickness as what I think Thistledown is. I believe. Regardless, I can riffle shuffle now, where with my original versions, I cannot do that. Because if I tried to riffle shuffle those ones, I would definitely bend them, but these are much more flexible, so you could riffle shuffle if you want, which I do. Very excited about these. I love the 2-piece boxes, they're super cool. Love them. I think they did a great job in this redesign. So, Smoke, Ash, and Ember, Oak, Ash, and Thorn, and Thistledown. Alright, the other deck I was sent for review this month was the Forest of Enchantment Oracle. This is new from Llewellyn. Again, there you have a whole video up about this as well, a walkthrough. Look at those backs. So this is meant to be kind of like the sister deck to the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, and I am obsessed. The Forest of Enchantment Tarot is one of my all-time favorite tarot decks, so as soon as I saw they were coming out with an oracle, I knew I needed to try it, and it did not disappoint. I think the artwork is gorgeous. I have loved using it so far. I think the messages are great. And it pairs with a lot. It pairs a lot of my tarots, and it's actually one of the first ones where I have used it with the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. And usually I don't like using 2 decks by the same artist, but they just go so well together. I love it. So definitely still very excited about this one. I think it's awesome. The whole concept is so cool. Where there's like some extra cards, like I keep getting this Branch of Summoning, which you can just keep as its own card, but I like doing the suggested where when I pull this card, I pull another card with it, which is really fun. So, Forest of Enchantment Oracle. Okay, so I also have 2 Kickstarters that came in this month. Let's get into those. The first being the When Olga Speaks Oracle. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. I love this so much. I was lucky enough to be able to get one of the Make Playing Cards versions of this as like a tester when Sasha was putting them out. And so I have been using the deck, but oh my gosh, the final finished version is like, it's something else. Cardstock is beautiful. I love this matte edging. Getting the guidebook with it is, it's so good. Oh my god, it's truly, I'm not usually too much of a collage deck person, but something about Sasha's decks, they're different to me, and I love this Oracle so much. It's one of the few I will even use without the guidebook, and I think probably because with that other version I had, I want to say I had a PDF guidebook, but often I really just used the picture and the keyword, and it worked amazing that way. But the guidebook is spectacular. I just love it, and these backs, oh, I love these backs. So yeah, if you are a collage deck person, I think this is a definite need. It's so beautiful, so well done. She's coming out with a new one soon that I cannot wait for. So beautiful. So, that is the When Olga Speaks. And the other deck I got in from Kickstarter is the White Hare Wisdom Oracle. I love this series of decks so much. I think I have them all now. Question mark. I think. These are the decks by Phil and Jackie Lovesy. All about Matlock the Hare, which they do have it's like a middle grade chapter book series about. I haven't read those yet, but I would like to. But I love these decks. So this is actually a special edition of one of their first decks that initially came in like a playing card pocket size, which I do have and I do really like, but if I was choosing to use something from this series, I don't know, I was always choosing the other ones because I like having the card big. So when I saw they were coming out with this special edition where they were making the White Hare Wisdom into bigger cards, I was sold. And also, honestly, just anything they put out, I'm probably gonna get, because I love it. I think it's such a magical world. Oh, let's see. So this one is... Let's see. Let Ursula Brifthaven Stoltz be your guide as she imparts sacred and ancient wisdom from her homelands to help you connect with this sastaculous world of white hair witches, nature, and magic in this newly revised White Hare Wisdom Oracle deck. So cool. So it's kind of broken up into different sections. I don't even think I've shuffled. No, I have not shuffled this yet. These are not a riffle shuffle. My Magic Cottage one I tried and, ooh, did I bend a card? Yikes. But the art is so magical. It's one of those decks that, I don't know, it feels like reading a fantasy book. It feels like it just completely brings you into its world. And yeah, this one is broken up kind of into different seasons, which is neat. So you've got winter here. I could look at these decks all day. I love them all so much. I use them all. They do feel like they all have a different purpose. This is one, I need to use this one a bit to sort of figure out where this one lands. Like, oh my god, the autumn cards are so cool. But yeah, I do know the other three I have definite kind of distinct purposes. Oh, they've got Wheel of the Year cards in this one. Well, now that we just flipped through the whole deck, I just love it. I love it so much. I think they're so magical. So that is the new edition of the White Hare Wisdom Oracle. Alright, now let's get into the decks that I just plain old bought. Starting with I don't know if this was an eBay, no, this was a Mercari find. It is the first edition of the Guardian of the Night Tarot, which I have had as, by MJ Colning, as the Hay House edition. But that was when they kind of switched over their cardstock and something, I don't know. I am, like, usually really am not one to worry about the cardstock, but something about, I don't know, it was almost like a texture thing, if that makes any sense. Like, it really drove me crazy. Anyway, and I just love MJ Colning decks. It's kind of funny because I don't use them a ton, but when she comes out with new ones, I always get it, and I always really like it. And so there are a few of her first ones that I don't have the indie edition of, which I'm not necessarily like going out of my way to collect, but it's one of those things where if it comes up for a very reasonable price, I'll do it. And this one did. So yeah, this is what I've always really liked. Oh my gosh. The only thing is that I did not realize that this first edition came with, like, it was an optional printed guidebook. So I do not have the guidebook. So I'm on the search for that. I've seen a few listed on eBay. But they're like $40. So I'm like, at that point, I feel like, I mean, it would just be cheaper to buy the the mass market one and use the guidebook from that, but then, like, oh my gosh, feels like wasteful. I don't know. If anyone has this one, I'm curious, like, was there a PDF option? I don't know. So yeah, on the lookout for that, but the cards are beautiful. I just love it. I love her artwork. I love her decks. There's just something about them I really, really like. So that is the Guardians of the Night Tarot. Next, we've got the Witch's Shadowwork Oracle, which has the same artist as the newer Seasons of the Witch decks. And this is a very interesting one. It's sort of, it's like a shadow work deck put into kind of like archetypes. It's very interesting. I haven't played around with it a ton yet, so I don't quite have my bearings around it. I do love the art though, and I love the size of this. It's definitely like tarot width, but shorter. So a very comfortable size, but yeah, I love this artist. I love the tones in this deck. So it pairs with a lot. Again, I just haven't played around with it a ton to kind of get my bearings on it. I don't think it was totally what I expected, but I don't think that's necessarily bad. Beautiful. I think it's just, I really like it. So, Witch's Shadowwork Oracle. And I think what I want to try and do, I think the title might possibly kind of box it, or it definitely does box it in, and I'm not really sure. I feel like I just gotta start pulling cards instead of being like, ooh, this is shadow work, because I don't really know that it's not so far it doesn't feel as like hard hitting as some other ones I have, which I think could be good though. I don't know. Which is Shadowwork Oracle. Next up, this was a very random, and maybe I saw it on Instagram. I was gonna say Etsy find, but no, I definitely didn't discover this myself. It was on Instagram, but I don't remember who. Anyway, it's the Hocking Hills Oracle by Lucy Crow, which is all images from a state park in Appalachia. And something about, I don't know, I just thought it was really interesting. I love the photographs. I love the kind of like dark edged filter put on all the images, but also I love the keywords. And so I was really intrigued by this one, and I have to say, having it, what I'm excited for is once it starts to get towards like mid-August through, I'd say mid-September, that period of time is so distinct to me for some reason. Because I guess it's, you've got harvest season, things are winding down, and this deck feels like that energy to me. So I'm really excited. Because it still has all this greenery and life, but something about the dark... Oh, look at this. Familiar with A Cat with the Cat Tarot. I loved this when I saw it. Something about the like dark-edged filter on the photos. I don't know, it just made me think of that. And it's really interesting. I love that one. I think this is the only one I don't love. It kind of creeps me out. But that's okay. Really, really cool. So, Hocking Hills Oracle. It also came with, it's got a big, like, separate printed guidebook. Okay, we got two more. Next we've got the Oracle of the Living Spell. How much can I possibly talk about this one? Apparently not. The backs, I've shown this one quite a bit already because I am obsessed with it. It was in my June favorites. I've been using it so much. This is made by Sarah from Cedar Moon Witch, whose channel I love. I will link it down below with this, if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I don't even know what more to say. I just love it. I love it, I love it. I love the theme. It feels magical. And I love the title with the 3 keywords. It feels like it's just gonna fit so nicely into every season. I've been obsessed with it. So good. Oracle of the Living Spell. Okay, last but not least, we've got the Enchanted Earth Oracle. It's been a good Oracle month. Truly. It has, wow, it's actually pretty much almost all oracles. Because I've noticed that of like, I feel like definitely the thing I've been excited about picking out this month has been oracles. And I've just been obsessed with the ones I'm using, including this one. Here's the backs. This is new from Rockpool. The art is Amanda Clark, who I love. Again, we've got the title. 3 keywords. Just so good. It's so beautiful. I have loved using it so far. It's got a really interesting energy to it, I think. Very kind of self-worth based, I feel. I've loved using it with the Unicorn's Journey Tarot. I think they are like such a match made. And yeah, I just love, I really love this for morning pull. It feels kind of like the art feels gentle while the message is getting to what it needs to say for the day. I just really like it. I think it's really good. So, Enchanted Earth Oracle. Love it. And that, my friends, is it. That's all that came in new in the month of June. I'm so excited about just all of these. So I'd love to know if, did you get anything new in June? Anything you're loving? I'd love to hear. But other than that, I hope you're having a great day so far, and I'll see you again very soon.